Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, welcome back to another video. It is your host, Ordinary Guy, back again with a reaction to a new model reveal trailer for the PlayStation 5. They're calling it the new PlayStation 5 Slim, and we got a 20-second video on that. Let's just dive on in and see what it is about. Let's see. Oh, snap! Okay. Vertical stand sold separately. That's very interesting. Same immersive power, new slimmer size. PS5 and PS5 digital. Wow, that was pretty fast. That was the fastest 20 seconds of my life. So let me pause it right here. So there you have it. The PS5 Slim. I like the design. Um, I like the design. It looks cool. Same similar design, but different build, different curves, whatnot. Very interesting. Very interesting. So one thing I don't like is that the vertical stand is sold separately. I don't like that because in the first model they had the stand for vertical or horizontal. So that kind of was like, So essentially, what they're saying is that they have a horizontal stand that's going to come with the PS5, and they probably want you to use it horizontally, which I just feel like okay, that's weird. Uh, you should just include it. Not to mention, if this is a slim PS5, that means that certain materials used to make this they went cheaper on, you know. And I believe I've heard that the price for the PS5 Slim is 500, which is the regular price of the first model, and then the digital edition, which I do question, is 450 US dollars. It's very weird though because the first model of this digital version was 400. So apparently, let's just go into here. So apparently, this is the new look. This is the PS5 digital edition, as you see here, and the PS5. The smaller PS5 design comes with 1 terabyte storage for PS5 and PS5 digital. So the first model, they only gave us about 600 and something gigabytes. So now we have more storage. So it makes me wonder. So you're giving us more storage, which, to be honest, 1 terabyte storage is what they should have gave us from the very beginning. They were just being cheap, in my opinion. They should have at least gave us an option where we pay $50 more or something like that, and we get the 1 terabyte one. Instead of wasting money. So yeah, I don't like the vertical stand being sold separately. Well, the information they have us for us here. Apparently, the disk drive could also be sold separately. So if you buy the digital version, you have the option later to get a disk drive. But I've heard that the disk drive was sold separately for $80. Like what? Kind of zoom in a little bit, and this is what it looks like. So apparently, you can attach a disk drive like later if you want to, but my gripe about this is that the digital edition is 400, and if you're going digital, your mindset is already like should be programmed of like, okay, I'm gonna play digital games only. It is what it is. And I just feel like if you're gonna get a digital version, just get the digital version. But if you want to play CDs or both, you just get the physical, the disc version. So I feel like this is just like it kind of makes no sense. Not to mention the fact that this digital version is 450, and the first digital version was 400. So I'm like, the only difference with the 400 one is that you can't uh, add a disk drive to make it to be able to play disc. And I like that they made the design so where it's seamless and you can actually change it. But then it's kind of like, and not to mention how big is this? For example, we just got the new limited edition Spider-Man cover plates, and if this PS5 is slimmer and smaller and maybe even shorter in height, for example, I don't know what the specs are, but is those uh, faceplates even going to fit anymore? And small, are they gonna be making both for PS5 and digital? So that's a little you know disappointing. So it kind of makes no sense. If you want the digital, just get the regular PS5 that's digital and disc version that plays both CDs and digital for $500 because you're gonna save yourself some money. Getting it this way, you're only gonna be saving $50, and then later on it's gonna cost you because you still have to buy not only the stand that I don't know how much that costs, but to get the disk drive later, it's going to cost you $80. So I guess that's their incentive of saying, hey, just buy the regular PS5 for 500. That's what I would do. Let's see what else it has here. The new PS5 model will be available starting this November in the US at selected local retailers and PlayStation.com where available. It will continue to roll out globally in the following months. Once the inventory of the current PS5 model sold out, the new PS5 will become the only model. So I would say if you want a digital version of a PS5, just get the old one. Get the old one for 400, and then upgrade the memory with like a 2 terabyte gigabyte. Now you can find an SSD for the PS5 on Amazon for 2 terabytes for like $80, $90. So it's not that expensive. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well. But if you want this version and you don't care to get the disc, and I guess you can get 1 terabyte, which I guess is 50 extra bucks because it's 450. Then I guess maybe that's where the $50 come from for the terabytes. So I guess you can get that, and then if you feel like you have money later, you can always get a disk drive. But in the long run, is going to cost you $330 plus the stand. Because if you want it to be vertical, you have to buy this stand separately, which I don't see the price of. So it is kind of crazy. The horizontal stand. Oh, here it goes. The horizontal stand will be included with the new PS5 model. So you have a horizontal stand that's included. I like my PS5 horizontal anyway, so I wouldn't care. Also, the new vertical stand, compatible with all PS5 models, okay, will be sold separately at $30. So you can use it for all PS5s. But the stand that we have can do both. So I just don't like that they're trying to charge you for it. It's not like the Slim is like, okay, let's say with this new Slim, instead of charging 500 for the normal PS5, and then like 400 for the digital, like like in most generation, if it's a Slim, like um it's normally cheaper. Like for example, when the PS4 first came out, I think it was like $400, right? But then when they came out with the PS4 Slim, it ended up being like 350 or 300, something like that because it's slimmer and smaller and they're literally using less materials and whatever else to make the console. So I just feel like for this, for example, the PS5 was $500, and I understand that that was already like a pay cut for the consumer, in terms of what the capabilities of the PS5, and I get it. But if you're gonna make a slim, I just feel like it should be 450, and the digital can stay 400 because that was already a deal. But I do understand keeping it at 500 because the fact that they are giving you more memory. So it's an incentive of saying, you know what, let's just keep it 500. But for the digital, I just feel like it should just be 400, like the first one. 500 and 400, and then you have the option of getting the thingy for 80, which I feel like, what, that's fine. But I guess they're trying to make it in a way where, because essentially if they did it like 400 and then they charge you 80 for the extra, then it's going to be 480. And essentially they'll argue like, well, you could just get the digital version. So that's why they made the digital version probably 450 to kind of give an incentive of like, you save money getting the full version, but digital, you lose money. So it depends on what you want. I get it. And this is what the stand looks like. It's cool. I like that it's on this nice silver thingy, and it's like it looks like it's more made to really securely, put on a PS5. But I already have the old model. There's no reason for me to buy this new model, although I do think it looks pretty damn cool. It's not bad, but I have the old model. A variety of PS5 console cover colors for the new model will be available starting next year, 2024 early, including an all matte black colorway and a deep Earth collection colors in volcanic red, cobalt blue, and sterling silver. I heard those was coming out. Prices for the PS5 console covers will start at 55 US dollars. Additional colors will release in the future. We are 10 days away from the launch of Spider Man 2 with additional games, including Alan Wake 2 and Modern Warfare 3 shortly after. With these fantastic games coming, in addition to recent releases such as EA's blah blah blah, there's plenty of for gamers to play on this PS5. I thought this was about to say, hey, I thought this was about to say, hey, you can play, you're gonna get like limited edition covers for the new PS5. But looking at it, it's not bad. It's a little weird though because the disk drive sticks out more, and essentially the way how it's laid is like it's gonna be like off balance. So this new oh yeah, this new thing right here is just a little stand thing to just hold it up. It's just like so weird. And it's a different design than the PS5 that I have. So I like the PS5 horizontally, but this specific design, I think I might like it more vertical, you know, because like right now it just seems like weird because they're trying to save plastic. They made like they essentially just made the digital version and just slapped on a hard drive on the side and just have the design look kind of weird. This specific design I think it looks better vertical, but I like the old model horizontal personally. But this is not bad either. It just feels weird that you just have this little piece to hold it up. So weird. I wish they had specs to compare, but these are pretty much the specs. Same thing, just 1 terabyte gigabyte for the most part. So yeah, so that's the new PlayStation Slim coming out in November. I don't think they said exactly when in November. It's coming out in a couple of it's coming out in November. Let's see where he said that at. Yep, people will be available starting this November, U.S. and then PlayStation.com. Okay, so this is the new PlayStation, y'all. I think it's cool. If I didn't have one, I would buy this. It looks pretty cool. But I see what they did where they covered the cost. Because, like, if it's shorter and if it's slimmer, because it's a PlayStation Slim essentially, and then as you can see with the covers, they're saving money by having this slit in the middle, like, and they just kind of say it's the design. But long term, if you think about like millions of PS5s being sold for this model, for example, you're saving a little bit of plastic, you know, here. So like let's just say every 50 PS5s, you're saving a plastic. So they're low key saving money with this new design. Though this little line in the cover, it looks pretty cool, and it also makes me wonder because it looks like it looks like four separate covers that can come off. So it makes me wonder, like how are they like what's the purpose of this and how would they design like limited edition covers in the future or like the colored covers they have coming out next year. That's going to be very interesting. Like are they going to have four separate covers you can like customize all these different ones with different colors from top to bottom? It seems more customizable. Like you can have like maybe a Spider-Man top version and then you just have Hulk at the bottom. I don't know, I'm just naming some stuff, but essentially yeah, that's what it seems like. You can have different colors, so you can have like red here and then blue here and then keep the white on this side and do that, like stuff like that. So it's very interesting. You can't just have one faceplate anymore. You actually have options. So not bad. So this is my reaction to the new yeah. So tell me your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Do you like the new design? PS5. Do you want to buy this version? Do you like the old version? Tell me your thoughts. And thank you so much for stopping by and supporting the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.